Let's take a look at track alternatives. What you're seeing here are 3 separate bass track alternatives in the new Track Alternatives feature in Logic Pro. Now, these are different than packed track folders. These are 3 independent tracks with all their regions that get pumped through the same channel strip. And what's being played can be selected on a track-by-track basis. For instance, here's bass 2. I'll promote it. It goes up to the top, and now this different bass part is playing, and all the regions on the track are different. These were obviously pre-recorded, but I think you're starting to understand the power of this cool new feature. I mean, you can think of these as track playlists. Here's track number 3. Let me promote that up to the top and give a listen. Now, this works for audio and MIDI tracks. It's just a track and all of that track's regions. This opens up all kinds of cool possibilities for the composer, the producer, and the recording engineer. Let's chat a little bit about alternatives. Now, you know that we have project alternatives, right? That's everything that's in a project so that we could create different versions of a whole project. And we've also been able to pack tracks and regions into a folder. This can be any kind of combination of regions on individual tracks, all being pumped through different channel strips. Track alternatives are different. They let you compose, record, and edit different versions of the same track, and then let you select the one you like best. Let me show you how it's done. Here's a little piano riff region that I just created. I'm going to control-click and go down and select Configured Track Headers. I'll tick the Track Alternatives box, which brings it right into the track header. These little up and down arrows reveal a bunch of cool things that we can do. For instance, I can create a new track. I can duplicate and then edit the track that's there. I can rename the tracks. And then if I had other alternatives, I could show them and or delete them. Of course, there's only one region, so there's no alternate alternatives to delete. So let's create a new one. But first, let me rename the one I have here so that I can know what is what. For instance, I'll call this the original track. How original is that? However, it's kind of cool to know which track is the original. So now I'll create a new alternative, which makes that original track inactive and gives me a new track to record in. Let's give it a try. Okay, I've got a new track. I will rename it, and I'll call this one Cool. So now I have my original track, and I have my cool track. And to save a little time, I recorded a third one, and I called this one Darker. So now I can show all the inactive ones along with the active one, which is darker. And by clicking on this little on-off icon, I can audition any of the alternatives. And if I find one I like by clicking on this arrow, I can promote it to the top of the list. And that's the track with all of its regions that are played through the track itself and that track's channel strip. Now, if I'm sure that's the track that I want forever and ever, I can go again to the alternatives and I can hide or delete the inactive. I'll delete these inactive ones, and now this is the track that I've decided to keep. So that's track alternatives.